might throw up. Kei wonders if it would seem like he's hitting on Cha Hai-in if he talks to her, revealing that he also has a sensitive nose. The translator condescendingly remarks, "These are the best hunters of South Korea. There's not much for us to see." Someone overhears this and questions, "South Korean hunters are lousy?" He then explains to the girl that he learned Japanese back in high school. She asks who he is, and we learn that this man is Park Jong-soo, A-rank guildmaster of the Knights Guild. She questions if he's joining the raid, and he replies that he's part of the defense squad. The translator says, "That's a relief," and continues talking down to him as Goto tells her to stop causing trouble. Park Jong-soo adds, "What would a girl only here to work as a translator know?" She questions if he would like to check her skills for himself, introducing herself as Hanakawa, Japan's A-rank hunter. They agree to spar with the rule that the first to grab the other's wrist is the winner. She questions if he's ready to fight with that posture, and the guildmaster replies that he won't need to use his hand except to grab her wrist. She dashes at Jong-soo, releasing a flurry of attacks, but he easily dodges before surprising her by kicking her hand back. Hanakawa comments on his ripped pants before attacking again, but he catches her wrist, saying, "You're too slow, lady." He explains that her combat experience against humans seems non-existent, and unlike monsters, humans don't move in simple patterns. Goto then asks for a spar between the S-rank hunters under the same rules, and this arc continues. Follow for more. The S-rank hunters agree to spar, however, they exclude mage class and non-combatant hunters since they would be harder to judge. They also establish a rule that whoever can touch the opponent's back or knock them down will be considered the winner, and instead of 1v1, it's a group competition. Dongwook uses his gigantification power, and Kenzo gets excited at the idea of a simple battle of pure strength. They clash, trading blows as Minoru dashes at Lim Tae-gyu. The ranger responds by creating distance and firing magic arrows at the opposing team. Meanwhile, Gun-hee remarks that the training facility has been fortified with the greatest magic gems available, yet the S-ranks have already made quite a mess in just a few seconds. Atsushi, questioning why he should follow the rules, prepares to attack Baek Yoon-ho from behind. However, Baek notices and the S-rank dashes away, saying he got nervous again. Baek comments that he definitely felt bloodlust and wonders if Kumamoto is a genius in decision-making or just a wimp. He speculates that Goto might be using Kumamoto to test them and decides to get a little serious. This scares Kumamoto as Baek lunges at him with his claws, seemingly confirming that he's a big wimp. While Kumamoto scrambles to evade, Baek notices Dong-wook as he gets slammed on the ground and Tae-gyu smashed against the wall, while Baek faces a 1v3 situation. Cha Hai-in holds her own against the other female S-rank. Her old nickname, the Dancer, is revealed, given for her nimble moves that resemble a dancer's as she quickly dispatches her opponent. Kanai tries to hit back, but Cha smacks the ground so hard she creates a smoke screen before touching Kanai's back. The dancer runs to help Baek Yoon-ho when Kumamoto appears behind her, thinking it's an easy win. But Cha turns around and spams him with fists, shocking the other hunters as they compare her to a Gatling gun. In this moment, Kumamoto goes berserk as the Japanese hunters explain that when he gets angry, he loses all reason and might even attack teammates. He smashes the ground, tripping Cha, but before he can stomp the dancer, Jin Woo appears catching his foot and telling the hunter that it's just a competition and there's no need for such bloodlust. Kumamoto gets angrier, grabbing at Jin, but Jin pins the mad hunter and tells Cha that it's best if they call it a loss for Korea since Baek Yoon-ho has been caught as well. At this moment, the translator tells Jin that Goto wants to spar one-on-one. Jin Woo says he can tell what the Japanese hunter wants just from his aura, thinking it's a good chance to see how much stronger he's gotten from the Demon Castle. Hanakawa tells Goto that Jin accepts his challenge, but only if he fights with his full strength. Goto agrees, noting they have an S-rank healer present, and instructs Shimizu to take care of the injured, saying, "And that one as well," as he points at Jin. Jin lowers his head and says, "Let's get started." But before he can finish, Goto attacks, leaving a trail of wind as Jin dodges, irritating the Japanese hunter, who says Jin can't fool him, and vows to reveal all of his secrets. Goto attacks more, but Jin effortlessly dodges while smiling, making Goto very angry. Goto thinks that if he doesn't use his full strength, he might lose, so he decides to kill Jin. The Shadow Monarch gets a cut on his cheek as the system alerts him to someone with immense bloodlust in the area. In this moment, Jin catches Goto's hand, thinking that if he plays around too much, he might get an emergency quest to kill the hunter. Goto says, "You think you can play around with me?" And Jin responds, "I'm not sure what you're saying, but the match would be over if I grabbed your wrist, and even you wouldn't want our match to end this way, right?" They both try to attack, but before they can, Cha Hai-in and Baek Yunho catch Jin while Minoru stops Goto, and Kei creates an ice shield between them. They tell Jin that Goto has to lead the Japanese hunters in a few days, and it's Korea's responsibility if he gets injured here. They end the practice matches for the day. Jin Woo thinks that he went a little overboard, but realizes that even the S ranks couldn't detect his hidden soldiers in their shadows. He asks Gunhee about the Jeju raid as Hanakawa calls on Goto as he stands in shock, and Baek Yunho contemplates the value of a hunter like Jin Woo, who can continuously grow stronger. Realizing it would be fruitless to try recruiting Jin, he decides to move to Plan B. At this moment, he gets a notification for the participation list for the upcoming Jeju Island raid, and is shocked to find that Sung Jin Woo is not on the list.